I am on holiday this week from work, so I've decided to come a bit further down the canal to another set of lakes and see if I can see anything different. Today I have also remembered to bring my scope so that I can try and see stuff a little bit further away. Trouble is, this lake is everything's a bit hidden by trees. I've seen a new species and it's the most uninteresting thing ever, and I can't believe it is currently the 1st of February and I'm only just seeing a Canada goose. Lockdown's really got to me. I've also just seen a kestrel. I did not get very good footage of it, so you'll have to believe me that this is it. It's quite literally some crap video. But that's 2 new species in half an hour, so this week is already shaping up to be a bit better than last week. Sometimes when you're birding, you think you see something, and then it turns out to be rubbish, which makes me sad in a number of ways. I've just seen some teal. They are very far away, and I don't think I can get a remotely good digi-scoped shot from my scope. But they're there. What I am discovering with this lake is that I can see stuff. So I've seen teal and some Egyptian geese, but it is all very far away. It's a little bit more difficult to show you guys. Another day, another trip round a lake. The lake is a little bit flooded today. I now have concerns because I saw a nice man as I started the walk and he said, "It's very flooded, but you'll be alright, you've got wellies on." I don't think he realised that I'm wearing quite short wellies. And it's getting a little bit hairy now. Oh, this is the footpath. We're very close. I made it to dry land. I've traversed that entire lake of a footpath. I thought I was through the worst of the flooding. That's the path. I don't want to drop my camera in the water. That's what I'm most scared of. I did it! I got past that giant flood. If I was watching this, I probably would have been rooting for me to fall in the puddle, or at least get water in my wellies. But thankfully for me, that didn't happen. I did finally get my scope out to look at some finches in a far off tree, and it was more or less a redpoll, but we've already seen one of those. I just saw a flock of my favourite British bird, lapwings, flying past. It's not a very exciting shot of them, I'm afraid, because they're so far away in the distance, but it still counts for my list. Hopefully I will see some in a field somewhere and get some better footage of them, because they're just the funniest birds and I just love them. So I made it the whole way around the lake without falling in any puddles and without getting my socks wet, which I think is an achievement. Another day, another lake. Oh, it's muddy. I decided not to bring my scope today, which might mean that I see something I wish I'd brought my scope for. You never know. One of the reasons that I'm enjoying this challenge so much is because I get excited about birds that I've seen hundreds of times. So I've seen loads of oyster catchers, but it was really exciting to spot one because I haven't seen one this year. These little guys are widgeon, and they're probably my favourite ducks, because they just have such a cute little face. Because I've been off work this week, I went to the shops during the daytime and finally have seen an elusive feral pigeon. Feral pigeons are on the list as rock doves because they've sort of descended from rock dove. So I think it's quite hard to tell the difference between an actual rock dove and a feral pigeon, but because I've seen it in the Sainsbury's car park, it's probably a feral pigeon. On my way driving home from the supermarket, I saw some birds out of the corner of my eye in a field and managed to pull over and had a lovely view of about six little egrets in this field. And that was a lovely way to end this week's vlog.